Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego live from the studios here in the hot, sweaty Florida. And I got the air conditioner running and it's still warm in the house, but that's okay. You don't, guys who don't know me, my name is Diego, and I'm going through the K1 visa process just like you guys. NOA1 letter is dated April 18th, 2022. Our NOA2 letter is dated May 30th, 2023. And that is 407 days for you guys that count. Okay, we don't count days. And Sheena Anderson is in the house. Hi, Diego and Karina. Sheena and Christian say happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Sheena. And you are in Maryland. And Christian is in Dubai, if I recall. Kaiser H, hello Diego. Do you know how long does it take for one to receive the 2-year conditional green card after the adjustment of status application has been filed? Well, it depends, Kaiser H, in which state you live in. Okay, we live in Florida. Karina will live in Florida. It could take maybe 6 to 8 months. If you live in Nevada, it could take 9 to 10 or 11 months. And it also depends on how well you put together your adjustment of status paperwork. And it also depends on how strong your adjustment of status paperwork is and if you get it done within 90 days. Remember, when you come to the United States, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, when you get to America, you got 90 days to marry your U.S. citizen sponsor. 90 days. Not 3 months. 3 months could be 93 days. You got 90 days, okay? If you get your adjustment of status paperwork done within 90 days before your I-94 times out, you'll get your green card a lot quicker than if you get married within 90 days and wait 6 months before you file for your adjustment of status paperwork. So you want to get it done within 90 days. Everything, okay? Get married, go on a little honeymoon somewhere. You don't have to spend a bunch of money. Keep the receipts of your, weekend somewhere. Put it all together. Get your beneficiary on all your utility bills, on your house title, apartment. On if you're renting from somewhere, get him or her on the lease. Put together a strong adjustment of status paperwork. Okay, so when the immigration officer reads it, number one, if it's so good and you did such a great job, you may not need a face-to-face visa interview again. You may be done with that. And number two, you get your green card a lot quicker with your social security card. Okay, so Kaiser is in the great state of Minnesota. I would say it's between 6 to 8 months before you get the green card, Kaiser H. 6 to 8 months, okay? And Lissy D, hi, Diego. My fiance has his visa on hand. Oh, good. Oh, very good. And we'll be traveling to the United States next week. Lizzie D, that's great news. Okay, fantastic news. Now, get everything ready for getting married and getting your adjustment of status ready to go. Get it ready. Start getting planning everything, okay? You want to get it all done within 90 days, okay? If you the quicker you get this done with a strong visa package, the quicker you get your green card. And it's a 2-year green card. It's probationary. And you must lift the conditions on your 2-year green card 3 months, 90 days before it expires. So you look on the green card, and there's an issue date right here. Look on the issue date, and then it's good for 24 months from the issue date. And then you minus 90 days from that date, and that's when you need to lift the conditions and apply for your 10-year green card. And then a year later, you've been in America for 3 years, then you need to start thinking about getting U.S. citizenship so you don't have to go through all this immigration stuff again. Become an American, right? Become a U.S. citizen. So good job, Lissy D. Punet Kuer, my NOA1 was June 3rd. Still haven't got my NOA2. He's still you're in the 12-month window there, Puneet Kauau. You're gonna get your NOA2, okay, this month or the first week of July, right in there. Okay, be patient. Susie Gaudames, hello, Diego and Karina. Hey, Susie, how are you? Jacqueline Swan, hey, Diego, all the consulates are very busy with the scheduling of appointments. Absolutely. Everybody's busy because USCIS has hired a bunch of new people. They're all now fully trained, and K1 visas are getting adjudicated within 12 or 13 months, not 16 or 17 months. There's a few. There's a few that take a little bit more time, okay? But hang in there, guys. And then they go to the NVC. Now, the National Visa Center, USCIS mail K1 visas every 2 weeks to the National Visa Center. Whether do I know if your visa is going to be in that package that's shipped to the NVC? I don't know. Our K1 visa is sitting on a shelf in California waiting to get mailed to the NVC. Has it been shipped? I don't know. Will it be shipped? Yeah, it's going to get shipped. And then we will probably hear. I'll probably get an email and a letter from the National Visa Center, probably the end of August, first week of September, right in there, telling me the case is at the NVC. Then I got to wait 3 or 4 weeks, probably 2, 3, 4 weeks, right in there, for the NVC to mail the K1 visa package to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, in Colombia. That's where Karina, my prometida, my beautiful soon-to-be wife, lives, in Bogota, Colombia, even though she is originally from Caracas, Venezuela. She's Venezuelan, beautiful Venezuelan, living in Colombia, okay? Let's see. So, Jacqueline, yeah, the consulates are busy right now, very busy, especially like the Philippines. Although the Philippines, I've been seeing them get a rapid turnaround. They've been pretty good. They've been getting interviews done pretty quick in Manila. So that's good news for Manila, okay? Now, I got some status here. There was a Kuwait, Brazil. Let's see here. I've just about finished the video on Romania. The gentleman wanted a video about Romania, but Brazil's doing pretty good. Kuwait just approved one, and London, England. I can't find it, but London, England just got one also. Safia Bash, can you stay in the U.S. with a B2? Safia, you can visit the United States on vacation on a B2 visa. It's a tourist visa. It's a vacation. You can't live here on a B2. You can visit, and then you got to go back home, okay? You can stay here on a K1 visa if you get married within 90 days, okay? Diana Figueroa, Punet Kawa, same here. We haven't got anything. NOA1, June 3rd, 2022. Diana, hang in there, Diana. You're going to get your NOA2 letters, guys, in the next 2 to 4 weeks. It's not much time. You have to stay busy, 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 busy. Keep busy. Don't be sitting around thinking about it, okay? Don't be counting days. Don't be checking on your phone every day, every minute, every 30 minutes, checking your phone for a status. Don't do that. You're going to get mentally sick. Make you tired, okay? Get depressed, okay? Just hang in there, guys. Trust me. Listen to my words. Escucha mis palabras, okay? You're going to get your NOA2 letter very soon, okay? So let's see here. So Jacqueline, Ankara, very slow. Can the embassy make appointments for people? I don't know. It depends on the embassy. 99% of all K1 visa applications, the beneficiary or the sponsor has to schedule the visa interview. Okay, I got to schedule the visa interview for Karina when I get the welcome letter. As soon as I get the welcome letter, I'm going to schedule the visa interview for Karina in Bogota. You know, well, I can't. I got to wait for the ready status. Back up. Get the welcome letter, get the in transit, get the ready status, then I'll jump in there and start paying visa fees, filling out the DS-160. Let's see. Daggy, happy Saturday, Diego. Well, hey, Daggy. Happy Saturday to you. Daggy wants to know, does the NVC work on Saturdays or over the weekend? The embassies do, but I don't. And I think the NVC works on Saturdays, but they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't work on Sundays. You got to give these folks time off at least. Give them the weekend with their families. They got a tough job, guys. They're under a lot of pressure, not only from visa applicants, but from the State Department, from the U.S. government, from the U.S. Congress. All these people are putting pressure on immigration to get these visas adjudicated. It's not easy to do. They're getting hit with lawsuits from disgruntled petitioners, lawsuits from the phone calls from Congress. It's not easy for these guys. Kaiser H. So Diego, my beneficiary's residency period starts once she gets her 2-year conditional green card, or when she officially enters the United States. Kaiser H. Your beneficiary's residency period starts from the issue date on her green card. So when you get the green card in the mail and you get all excited because it says USCIS on the envelope, and you open up the envelope and there's her green card, right? You look at the issue date on the green card. That's when it starts. That's when the clock starts for residency. Okay, and then the issue date, 24 months from the issue date, that card's no good. So 3 months, 90 days before that card expires, you got to lift the conditions on that 2-year green card. If you don't, what happens if you don't file to lift the conditions off the temporary green card? What happens? Do you guys know what happens? You're going to get a letter from immigration saying you're being put into removal proceedings because you didn't lift the conditions on the green card. You don't want that. You don't want to have to go in front of an immigration judge to explain why you forgot to lift the conditions on your green card. And it's not hard to do. It just takes a bit more paperwork. Let's see. Christopher Stout. Hey, Christopher. Rakib Islam. Do you need to schedule to attend that visa interview with your fiance? Every embassy is different, Rakib. Like in Bogota, Colombia, I can go with Karina, my prometida, my beautiful prometida, to the visa interview. She will get all the questions. I'll just stand there and act like I'm just there. Okay. But the embassy in Manila, Philippines, you can't. The sponsor's not allowed in to the visa interview. So it all depends on the embassy, okay? And it depends. The embassy could change his mind. The ambassador could say, okay, you're allowed to come in. Your sponsor's allowed. And then change his mind again. No, sponsor's not allowed. So you gotta contact the embassy and ask the embassy if you can go to the visa interview, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor. Daggy, I heard that they started working weekends because of the backlog. Daggy, the embassies are working on the weekends. U.S. embassies all around the world. The U.S. embassy in Bogota, Colombia, works on the weekends to clear out the backlog. The NVC, I don't know. USCIS, they work on Saturdays. The NVC, I don't know. But, in my opinion, they need a day off just like you need a day off from work. Everybody needs a day off once in a while, right? Once a week, get a weekend off, give them a weekend off. Or if they have to work 2 days, if they have to work Saturdays and Sundays, give them Monday and Tuesday off. Because we don't want to get these immigration people burned out. We want them to have, if they get burned out, they start making mistakes. That's not good, right? We don't want them making mistakes. But let's look at this one right here. This is the U.S. consulate in Kuwait, okay? The sponsor got his NOA-1 letter on January 11th, 2022, okay? On March 6th, 2023, he got his NOA-2 letter. And this is the U.S. Embassy, U.S. consulate in Kuwait. So it took 410 days to get from NOA-1 to NOA-2, which is 13 and a half months. Then he got the NVC welcome letter, May 11th. And now they got the ready status, June 6th, 2023, this month. And the interview scheduled for July 17th, okay? So the U.S. consulate in Kuwait has about, 30, it's a 30-day turnaround. It's pretty quick. So the total number of days for the U.S. consulate in Kuwait from NOA-1 to the interview face-to-face is 543 days. So that's 18 months. So that's for folks who are waiting for a visa interview in Kuwait. Okay, now let's see. Cecilia Hema. Hi, Diego. How many months does the USCIS take to finish applications made in 1 month? For instance, me and my fiance's case was applied in May 2022. June is almost coming to an end. We have no approval. Okay, it's 12. It's a from what I can see from all the data, Remember, I get all this data from real cases, real people. Okay, this is real stuff. This one is 18. This is a 13.6 months. This one is 14.7 months. This one here, let me see. What do I do with it? This one here is 17 months. No, excuse me, correction, 13 months. So the average turnaround is 13 to 14 months from NOA1 to NOA2. Okay, it depends on how much stuff you got to get looked at in your K1 visa package. Everybody's visa package is different. Okay, Kaiser. So then, Diego, from the date on the 2-year conditional green card till the completion of 3 years, then my beneficiary can apply for Form N400 naturalization. Yes, 3 years from the date, the issue date on your 2-year green card. Your beneficiary gets a 2-year green card, and on that 2-year green card is an issue date. 2 years from that date, you got to get a new green card, a 10-year green card. Okay, actually 21 months before that issue date. 3 months, 90 days before your 2-year green card expires, you apply for the 10-year green card. Then you wait 1 more year and you can apply for citizenship, or your beneficiary can. Daggy, I know you are right. Maybe they rotate their schedule, which would be nice. Yeah. You don't want to burn out these immigration people. You want them strong, fresh, and happy. And go to work with a smile on their face, you know. Can you imagine being an immigration officer? Okay. And can you imagine what their day is like? Well, what's going to happen to me today? Who's going to yell at me today? What's going to happen today? The NVC got sick and tired of all the phone calls. They got so sick and tired of talking to people on the phone, they just shut down the phones. They said, no, we're done. We're not taking phone calls. We're going to process case numbers. So the NVC process case numbers for K1 visas, which is getting the job done a lot quicker instead of sitting there chatting with people. Well, it's been 60 days. Where's my case number at? Well, it takes between 60 to 100 days to get a case number. So now people can't call the NVC, and that's great. Now they can do their job, processing case numbers. Joe Atala, hey Diego and everybody. So Joe says hi to everybody, and we say hi to Joe. How's Joe doing? We hope you're well. We hope your family's well. Anna Camacho, hey, hello. We are still waiting for NOA2. Our date is the 29th of June a year ago. Yeah, well, today's the 24th of June. So you're getting close to the 1 year mark there, Anna. So let's say in the next 2 weeks or so, next 2 to 3 weeks, you will get your NOA2 letter. And then when you get your NOA2 letter, remember this, guys. If you have a K2 derivative, let's say you got 2 kids that you put in your K1 visa application on the form I-129F. You put your beneficiary's got 2 kids. When you got your NOA1 letter, you didn't see their names on the NOA1 letter, right? Where are they at? I hope you all didn't have a heart attack, because the kids are derivatives. K2s are derivatives. So their names aren't going to show up on the NOA1 letter for your beneficiary. But you got to still process them for the K2 visa. Okay? Anna Camacho, what is next? Well, once you get your NOA2 letter, Anna, then you're going to wait. You're going to kick back and wait 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 days, somewhere in there. 89 days is the average wait time for your welcome letter. Okay? You're going to wait for the welcome letter to get to you, to your mailbox from NVC. And then you got to wait for the ready status from the embassy. And then once you get the ready status from the embassy, then you can process your K1 visa. Pay for the visa fee. Schedule the interview. Fill out the DS-160. Now remember, the DS-160 is only good for 30 days. So you can start to fill it out early and save it, back it up and save it until, but don't submit it to immigration until you have your ready status and you've paid your visa fee. Let's see here. Christopher Stout. Please be generous to tip this guy for all the information. Christopher, I saved so many people so much money. How much does an immigration attorney cost? $3,000, $4,000? Okay. How much does an immigration attorney cost to call? You call your attorney up. Hey, I got a question. It's $100 just to make a phone call. So I'm very happy to save you guys money. I'm saving you lots and lots and lots of money, and that's great. This is your channel, and it's free. You can't beat that price, right? You can't beat the price. M. Jackson 60. Is it possible to meet your fiance at the port of entry at U.S. Customs? I want to go get her and fly back with her, but I may not be able to because of ticket prices for 3 in the Philippines. Thanks. MJ Jackson 60. When you cannot go into U.S. Customs, okay? You can't go past the immigration gate. You're going to have to wait outside in the parking lot or in the lobby area when you enter the airport, where you buy plane tickets, whatever. That's as far as you can get. So you're going to have to wait for your beautiful bride-to-be until she gets off the plane, goes through immigration, does the face-to-face with the immigration officer, make sure that she, has her phone with her, because the immigration officer may want to see that. And then you're just going to have to wait for her to get through customs and exit the immigration gate. And that's it. You can't go to customs, okay? The only way you can accompany your beneficiary through customs is if you meet her in the Philippines or whichever country and fly to the Philippines or fly to whichever country and accompany your beneficiary. But you're right, plane tickets to the Philippines are crazy. The price is absolutely insane. What's $2,000 per person for a plane ticket to go to Manila? That's crazy money. I can fly from Pensacola to Bogota, Colombia for $290. That's a Greyhound bus ticket. It's very expensive flying around the world. Let's see. Joe Atala, I'm very good. Just waiting for our welcome letter. You just wait it out, Joe. Just hang in there. Wait it out. How long it took our NOA 2 ship it to them. Joe, it's going to take 90 days to get the welcome letter. NOA 1 to NOA 2, 13, 14 months. NOA 2 to welcome letter, 3 months average. Christopher, please, you already read that one. Okay, let's see. James 1, hi Diego. Will the embassy in the foreign country accept a scanned copy of the signed I-134? No, James, no. Your beneficiary has to have the original signed I-134 with pen, black ink, okay? The I-134 has to be original, okay? Read the instruction book. I made a video about how to fill out the I-134. The Declaration of Financial Support. Very important form. Very important form. Don't mess this one up. Immigration need the original form, not a scan, not a photocopy, an original. Okay? Now, the USCIS website, the instruction page of the I-134 says they need the original form. Immigration say it in their website, in their instruction paperwork. They say they may consider a copy. Consider means probably not. Let's see here. Juanita, good evening, Diego. I am the beneficiary. Hi, Juanita. For a CR1, fantastic. Okay. My question is, how accurate is the processing time on USCIS website? My husband has filed the I-130 online, not paper. Yeah. You can file the I-130 online, and there's no charge to file for a CR1 visa. If I remember, when I filed for one also in the past, and there was no cost. But the USCIS timeframes are not correct. It's all skewed, okay? The data, it's all skewed, okay? It's not correct. The numbers are the visas are getting processed much quicker than what immigration is saying they are. James 1. Do we need to take the original NOA 2 as well? No, James. The NOA 2 can be a copy. Just a copy. That's it. And I don't, more than likely the embassy officer won't ask for the NOA2 letter. They won't ask for it. But make sure your beneficiary has a copy of it in her hand or his hand at the embassy interview. You never know when you might just get an immigration officer who's missed up by the book, and it says, I need the NOA2 letter. Okay. So make sure you for the face-to-face embassy interview, you got your tax transcripts, 3 years, tax returns, 1040s, 3 years, W-2s, 1099s, 3 years, a letter from your boss, Mr. Sponsor, Ms. Sponsor, saying how much money you make, how long you've been working at this job, bank statements, etc. Okay. The immigration officer is only going to probably ask for 1 year, the last tax return. Give me your last tax return. Boom, you're done. There it is. The other 2 years you leave in your bag. But you never know. You might get asked for 3 years worth. You just never know. Be prepared. Don't be a Boy Scout. Be an Eagle Scout. Daggy, I received my employment verification a few weeks ago. Do I need to request an update letter again when my fiance schedules his appointment? Or shall I keep the one I have already? The one you have is fine, Daggy. You're good. The only letters that you need to update real close to the face-to-face visa interview are the second letters of intent to get married. Okay? And you got to make sure you fill out the correct edition, the right year for the I-134. Okay? Make sure you don't use an expired I-134. If you fill out an expired I-134, the embassy officer is going to throw it back at you and tell you, go back and get another one. And then you got to wait for another embassy visa interview. So you're going to be put into a 221G administrative hold while you're waiting to get an updated form. Be prepared. Be an Eagle Scout. Vic76. Hello, Diego. Case was approved April 18th, 2023. Okay, Vic, great. USCIS said they mailed the NOA2 letter and I didn't receive it. I sent an email inquiry, but no response. What can I do? Send another inquiry. You got to get that NOA2 letter. Vic76. It says, if you haven't, did you get a text message from immigration? Did they send you a text message to say that your visa's been approved? Did you go on? Do you have an online account? Did you create an online account? Boom, online account. You check in online, and it tells you. It says you can, if you haven't received this form in like 10 days, whatever it is, you can apply for another form from your online account. James 1, high five. Look at that super chat right there from James. Thank you. I appreciate that. Karina and I appreciate you, James. Thank you so much. Very generous. And his question is, James has a question. Should I attend the visa interview with her? James, if you can, yes. You want to be with your beneficiary through the whole process as much as you can. If the U.S. Embassy will let you in to the visa interview, James, then go into the visa interview. Go in there with her, or whoever you're with. Even if it means sitting on a bench in the embassy lobby. Okay, your name's going to have to get put on an access list. So when you schedule, or when your beneficiary schedules her visa interview at the embassy, her name's going to be on an access list. She's going to go into a line, go through a security check, and the security guard is going to ask for the name, check her passport, and then match the name from the passport to a security checklist. Okay, boom. Make sure you get on that security checklist as a U.S. citizen. Okay, they'll check your passport, check your name, do the security check, let you in. Okay. Whether you can go into the visa interview with the face-to-face is up to the embassy. It's up to the consular officer. And that, again, is up to the ambassador and then who runs the embassy. Okay. The State Department in Washington, D.C. approves all the K-1 visas around the world. Okay. And the State Department gives the ambassador of each embassy authority to run his embassy how he wants. Okay. So the State Department tells the ambassador, you run your embassy however you want to run it. Just make sure you run a tight ship. There's no security violations and there's no fraud going on, et cetera, et cetera. Boom. So the ambassador has all this authority. then the ambassador tells the consular officers, look, this is my embassy, but you're in charge of your visa interviews. You run your show. So then the embassy officers, the consular officers, okay, they get to make the decision on whether they want to let you in, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, into the visa interview. In Colombia, I can go. In Manila, Philippines, you can't. You can't go, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor. And it's just unfortunate. That's the way it is. But it all starts at the State Department level, then it goes to the ambassador level, then it goes to the consular level. Okay? And James, thank you for that super chat. We appreciate you. And let me see. Vishal Goyal. Does the beneficiary receive the welcome letter or the petitioner? Well, what happens with Vishal is you get packet 1 and packet 2. Okay, the petitioner and the sponsor. But if the mail really is bad in your beneficiary's country, it may be impossible for him or her to get mail. Like, for example, in Nigeria, it's difficult to get mail in Nigeria. In Colombia, it's difficult to get mail, depending on where you live. Now in Bogota, in cities, it's not hard to get mail. But, if you live out in the country, it could be hard. It could be difficult. You could live in Chowchi, in the countryside. So it all depends on how the mail system is in your beneficiary's country. So immigration sends the welcome letter to the petitioner and to the sponsor. So either one of you both should get it. But if the beneficiary doesn't get it, the sponsor gets it, and then the sponsor takes charge of the visa package, okay, for his beneficiary. But Vishal, relax, okay? You're going to get packet 1 and packet 2. Packet 1 is the NVC welcome letter, basically, and packet 2 is a letter from the embassy telling you what to do on how to process the next part of the process. So it's 2 processes. NVC welcome letter, packet 1, embassy processing, packet 2. Ray Ramirez. Hi, Diego. How long is the fiancé visa taking in Mexico? Is scheduling an interview a very long wait? It's 4 to 6 months, Ray. Thanks, Diego. Hope you and Karina will be soon together. Well, we hope so, too. But what we're going to do, while Karina and I are apart from each other, I'm here in sweaty Florida, and she's in cold and rainy Colombia, in Bogota. We're going to help you guys. We're going to pull you over the finish line and get you through this process. But, Ray, you got 2 places you can go in Mexico for your visa interview. You got Ciudad and you got Mexico City, okay? What I would do is I would email those consular officers and say, hey, ask them for a current status. Now, I can tell you how many K-1 visas they processed in 2022. I got all the data for 2022. But for 2023, it's a little slower. When 2023 has passed and gone and they wrap up the fiscal year in October. Remember, in October is when they're going to close out the year for immigration and start a new fiscal year. September 30th is when they're going to close out the fiscal year. And October 1st is when they start the new fiscal year, 2024, when they get more money from the Congress. And supposedly, K-1 visas are going to take 6 months to go from NOA 1 to NOA 2. But we'll find out. We're going to have to wait till October. And if you guys out there have not yet filed a K-1 visa, okay, please take some time out of your day, look through the videos. I mean, you do not have to subscribe to this channel. Okay, I never ask you to do that. But if you do, it's easier to find the videos. Okay, look for the videos where I explain to you how to put together a K-1 visa. I've made like 2 videos. One's about 3 videos. One's 15 minutes, one's 30 minutes, one's 20 minutes long. If you watch those videos, you will be Mr. and Miss Expert on K-1 visa processing before you mail it, okay? Before you even send it off. Daggy, so the petitioner gets both packets. Yes, and so does the sponsor. Yes, Daggy. Renoir, hi Renoir, how are you? Renoir is in the house, everybody. So Ray Ramirez, I would say 2 to 6 months is the processing time, depending on the time of the year. When all the kids are out of school and everybody's scrambling to get a K1 visas and K2 visas during the summer break, it slows down, you know. Christmas is slow, December. In Mexico, like in the United States, everybody's on vacation. Things slow down. Uh, let's see here. Frank Negaxo. Hi, Diego. It's been 2 months now that I received my NOA2. When do you think I'll get the NVC email? Another month. 30 more days, Frank. 30 days. 90 days is the average. You are 2/3 of the way there, my friend. Almost there. You're close to the finish line, okay? Renoir, my fiance and I are getting ready to pay the visa fees. Okay. We wanted to know if it's okay, if the reference number is okay to use, if it keeps changing every time we go back to his profile. Let me see here. If the reference number, if you keep using the reference number, if it keeps changing, well, why would it keep changing? You're going to process it one time. You're going to pay your visa fee. You're going to fill out the DS-160, and then you're going to schedule the interview. If you're going to reschedule the interview, you can only do that 3 times in the Philippines. Then you get stuck waiting 3 or 4 months before you can do another visa interview. So you just want to do it one time. So the reference number shouldn't change unless you keep going back in and repeating stuff. But then if the number changes, you use the newest number. Okay. No, the reference number in the profile, just keep using the new number. Okay, I understand now. Yeah, when you go in to the profile, the reference number is going to change. Okay, you're starting up a new. You're creating a new thing, a new day, a new reference number. Yeah, just use the new number. Don't worry about that. Christopher, K1 visa going to change its prices soon? Yes. I've heard it's going to go up. Yes. I'm not sure how much it is. Rumors says it's going to be $785. Okay, Christopher, don't go by rumors. Go by what it is. By whatever the facts are. Right now, it's $585. So if somebody says, is it going to go up in price? I say, yeah, it's going to go up. Well, how much is it going to go up to? It's going to go up in price to whatever immigration raises it to. And whatever that number is, I don't know, because it's not public record. So right now, it's not public record. So right now, if you apply for a K1 visa, it's $535. 535. $535 Renoir. Okay, thank you. No problem, Renoir. Christopher. Okay. Yeah, Christopher. I know you're anxious. You want to get in there and get the visa interview scheduled for your beneficiary. I know you want to do it. Let's say it's going to take 8 weeks, okay? Let's go on the short end. 8 weeks would be best, okay? But if it takes 4 months, don't be mad. Just be glad that you got your NOA2 letter and that you got your welcome letter, and now you're in the pipeline for a visa interview. Be glad to be in this part of the process, okay? Because right now there's people out there who are still putting their K1 visa packages together. They haven't even submitted them yet. They haven't even started the pipeline. Christopher, I got mine November 2022. November, you got what? Your welcome letter in November 2022, Chris? I think I remember. Faris Hassan. Hey, Diego. Hey, Faris. How are you? How's your family? Christopher, you got your NOA1 in November 2022. Okay, so by October or November of this year, you get your NOA2. And then it's Christmas, right? December, everything goes slow. So probably by February of next year, you should be getting your visa interview in the embassy in Mexico. Okay? February. I say February. Sound good? Feel better? Let's see. Jedediah Edmund. March 22nd, got approval. So, okay, so March 22nd was your NOA1, and you got your NOA2 on June 7th. Okay, very good, Jedediah. Now what you got to do is wait 3 months for your welcome letter, packet 1. Christopher, yes, in Manila, Philippines. February sounds about right. Christopher, I am 99.9% right. Trust me, you got to have faith in Diego. I'm going to get you through this, okay? Faris Hassan, thank you. Hopefully you're doing good as well. How are you procuring time right now? My NOA 1 was September 28th. Okay, so by September 2023, this year, you get your NOA 2. And how are we at procuring time? Well, we're right here on a YouTube channel for you, helping you guys get through this process. It's not easy, guys, going through a K1 visa process, but you gotta understand you're gonna get through it. You're gonna do it. Your beneficiary is gonna be on a plane with her visa and her passport very soon, coming to America. What you need to be doing is focusing on getting your wedding plans together. Who's going to marry you guys? Are you getting married in a church? Are you getting married in a government building? You know, Korean and I, we're getting married on the beach. Captain Bill, he's a wedding officiant. He's going to be marrying us. All my friends are ready to go to the wedding. All they're waiting for is my Facebook post that says, okay, guys, we're getting married January 31st, 2024 on Navarre Beach. 10 a.m. in the morning. It's not raining. It's not cold. See you there. Well, by the way, I'm paying for everybody's lunch. Well, actually, you guys have been paying for my lunch through all the super chats. So you guys who've been giving super chats to Karina and I are contributing to our lunch and dinners in Colombia, and we thank you. Let's see here. H. Money, my application received July 2022. Hoping to hear back soon. Yeah, Chris, H. Money, next month, August at the latest. Okay, you're going to hear from immigration. Okay, NOA 2, August at the latest. Christopher Stout, my marriage will be at the Circuit Clerk Court House. Perfect. It will be justice of the peace. Fantastic. And that's the way to do it because you can get it done. Get it all done quick, get the paperwork in, and then get a certified copy of your marriage certificate. You have to submit a certified copy of your marriage certificate to immigration when you adjust the status. Now, when you put the adjustment of status paperwork together, you're going to need 3 forms, right? I-485, I-864, and the I-693. Those are the 3 big forms: the adjustment of status paperwork, the affidavit of support, and the medical exam. Here's what I recommend you guys do, okay? When you, even though your medical exam in your beneficiary's country is good for 2 years, get a new medical exam done in the United States. Get a new one. Do it all brand new. Yeah, it's going to cost a little bit of money, but this is going to prevent an RFE in the future because what do? I study the data, I study the raw data, and I watch what's going on in the world of immigration for you guys. And I'm seeing a lot of people getting RFEs, requests for further evidence, after they adjust their status because immigration lost their medical paperwork. Excuse me, they lost the medical paperwork. They can't find it. Oh, I lost it. So I recommend getting another medical exam done. Bring 2 medical exam forms to the doctor and say, can you sign off on 2? One you're going to put in your adjustment of status paperwork, and the other one you're going to keep at home in case immigration loses the first one. If they lose it, guess what? They're going to send you an RFE. We need another medical exam. Guess what? You got it ready to go. It's in your house, in your drawer. You have to think like immigration. Immigration have been losing medical exams quite frequently. Get 2. One for you, one for immigration. Be ready for that, all right? You're going to save yourself a massive headache if you do what I say. You don't have to. It's just advice. Jacqueline, how long until the interview takes? It's more like 24 months. It depends. Well, you're in Ankara, Turkey, right, Jacqueline? 24 months to get a visa interview in Ankara, Turkey seems like a bit of a long time. I'm thinking the max you'll wait would be maybe 10 months. It's like 6, 8, 10 months. 24 months, that's a long time. 2 years to get a visa interview? That doesn't sound right. I would be getting my congressman and my senator involved if you've been waiting for 24 months. That's a long time. That doesn't sound right at all. You got to investigate that with the embassy. Email the embassy. You have a right to email the embassy. You can say, hey, how long does it take? And see if they respond. If they don't respond, have your congressman write them a letter. Send them an email. They'll respond to a congressman. Okay? 24 months is way too long. Now, like here, okay, this is the U.S. Embassy in London, England. Okay? It took 19 days to get a visa interview. Okay? They got their case ready status on June 22nd, 2023. That's 2 days ago. And then she went on the computer and scheduled the visa interview for July 11th, 2023. That's 19 days. What's that? 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. 24 months is way crazy. Like this one here. This is the embassy in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. They got the welcome letter June 21st, and then she scheduled the visa interview. This young lady watches the channel. She got her visa interview in Rio de Janeiro August 15th. So what's that? June 21st to August 15th. June's like 6 weeks. That's about 6 weeks, 6, 7 weeks. Let me see if I got any more. Okay, this one right here. This is the U.S. consulate in Kuwait. Okay. They got the welcome letter May 11th, 2023. And she's got the case ready status on June 6th, 2023. And she scheduled the visa interview July 17th. So that's 5 weeks. It took 5 weeks, about 5 weeks, to get a visa interview at the consulate in Kuwait. So Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Kuwait, London, we're talking 3 to 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Let me see here. Ray Ramirez. Hey, Diego, you were saying NOA 1 to NOA 2 is going to take 6 months. Starting in October, that's what the director of immigration said. She said 6 months. And we're not in October right now. We're in June. So, unless she has a DeLorean time machine and went into the future and reviewed the data, I don't know. But she said 6 months. So if you have a K1 visa and you need to submit it, go ahead and submit it. Don't wait till October. Okay? Don't be waiting for October to get here. Just go ahead and get it done. Get in the pipeline. Get it started. James Wan, for the embassy interview, should we have proof of future wedding? Yes. Bring stuff like that. Don't bring a pre-filed marriage license. You don't need to do that. Wedding invitations, yes. What I would do is, James, I would bring emails. Like I've got a bunch of emails back there in the back of the house between myself and our wedding officiant, Captain Bill. I've got emails between myself and the county clerk of the court. Back and forth questions. We're planning our wedding. What's the process, et cetera, et cetera. We want to get married on Navarre Beach. Captain Bill said, fine, no problem. He can't wait for Karina to get here. And he thanked Karina for coming here legally, the right way, without trying to cheat the system. He's a good guy. He said he can't wait for Karina to get here by following the book, following the rules, following congressional law. Get all these emails together. But if you can pre-file a marriage license, you can do that, sure. But a marriage license is usually only good for what? 90 days, I think. In Florida, I think it's only good for 30 days. So, I'm not going to bring a pre-filed marriage license. I'm just going to bring all these emails between Captain Bill and myself planning the wedding. Teja Sweeney Mumadi. Is it going to be a problem if we do not have any marriage plans until my fiance enters the USA? Because we only need a few days to plan our wedding. Teja Sweeney Mumadi. You need wedding plans in place, my friend. Where are you planning on having your wedding? Wherever it is, you need to email. Who's going to marry you guys? Who's going to marry you? Who's going to marry you? Email that person. Thank you for being our wedding officiant. We greatly appreciate you doing that. And this is what we're going to do. I know it's only going to take a few days to put this wedding together. This is what our plans are. That person will then reply back to you in an email. Okay, no problem. We look forward to when your beneficiary gets here. Let us know what you want to do, when you want to get married, where you want to get married, etc. Those are wedding plans in writing on an email. Get that in writing, print it, bring it to the face-to-face. James 1, another super chat, man. High five. Boom, boom, boom. That's 2, man. Christopher Stout. Boom. High five to you. James and Christopher, Karina and I, we're going to get big bellies on you guys because we're going to eat good in Bogota. James, got it. Thanks for the email idea. I'll print them. There you go, James. Get it. Do it. Tejaswini Mumadi. Actually, my family are planning a party with some guests. Okay, you need to get your family who are doing this planning to send you an email with the plans. Your family is going to send you an email. Dear Tejaswini, these are the plans for the party. These are the people we're going to invite. Make sure that your family member emails you that information. You reply back, hey, thanks so much. This is a great idea. Print the emails. Bring them to the embassy interview. And Christopher and James, you guys, I'll tell you what, we're going to have pizza on James and Christopher in Bogota at our favorite pizza place. Viva la pizza in Bogota. Lissy D, Mr. Diego, when a K1 visa holder's entire name is listed under surname, can it be fixed when they enter the U.S. before the adjustment of status? When the K1 visa holder's entire name is listed under surname, yeah, you can fix that when you adjust the status. When you fill out the adjustment of status paperwork, okay, you need to make a little note, write a letter from Lizzie D to U.S. Immigration. Okay, this is a correction to the name. All right, and then fill out the adjustment of status paperwork the way it's supposed to be, and then the passport photo, the biographic page of the passport will be taken. Photograph a copy of it in color will be included in the adjustment of status paperwork, so immigration can see what the name's supposed to be. All right. It's no problem. Tejaswini Mumadi. If we plan wedding at courthouse, that's fine. You can get married in the courthouse. We're getting married on the beach. If it's pouring with rain, we're getting married in the courthouse. We want to get married on the beach, but this is Florida. Okay. And in Florida, it rains a lot. It gets cold in the wintertime. You get lightning storms. You get thunderstorms. The weather's crazy here. So even though we're going to get married on the beach, that could change, and we could go to the courthouse. Bill Kearney. My fiance was just approved after a long 15-month wait. Yeah, it's a long wait, brother. I was actually RFE'd. Yeah, no problem. But no problem, just sent what they needed to. So Bill, you waited and waited and waited and waited. You got an RFE, you opened it up, you didn't panic, you didn't have a heart attack. Okay, you responded correctly to the RFE, you returned the paperwork they wanted, and then you got approved. So people have to understand, an RFE is no big deal as long as you can provide the information they want. You got the information. You know, a lot of people get an RFE because they submit their K1 visa package, but they forget the letter of intent to get married from the beneficiary and from the sponsor. They forget to include photographs of their meeting in person. They forget to include boarding passes and hotel receipts showing that they met each other face to face within 2 years. You know, mistakes like that cost you time. They don't deny you the visa unless you can't provide the information requested. If you can't provide the information requested, your visa will be denied. But 99% of the time, you forgot, you messed up, and that's okay. It just means your visa gets delayed. 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, depends. Tejaswini Mumadi. is the email from the courthouse and us saying or giving us info about how to apply for marriage. Sure. A courthouse email to you, okay, is sufficient as a wedding plan. That's perfect. I've got courthouse emails back here. I printed them. You know, I've got emails from Captain Bill. I got emails from the courthouse, from Captain Bill, from the restaurant. We're gonna have a little get together at a restaurant after we get married. I emailed the restaurant. Hey, is it okay if we have a little gathering here after we get married? I don't know the date yet because we're waiting on our visa. Immigration. The restaurant replied back, sure, Diego, no problem. We'll be more than happy to host your guests after you get married. Boom. I printed the email. Those are wedding plans. Let's see. Christopher Stout. I might be coming to see you soon, but not now at the moment when it will be closest time to get help. No problem. Christopher, I'll help you. I'll get you through this process. Don't worry. It's really not hard. It's just stressful for folks who don't know what they're doing. And I went through it. I've been through it once before, okay? I went through a K-1 visa in 2016, got an RFE, got it approved, you know. Then she wanted back up, but then she didn't want to be here. She wanted to go back to her home country. Okay, I took her back home. Then she wanted to come back, so I filed for a spousal visa. That was in a year and a half wait right there. And then COVID hit. And then she didn't want to come back. Boom, see you later. Hasta luego. Have a great life. Divorce. Now I got beautiful Karina. And I'm going through this process for a second time. This is my second rodeo. So you can just imagine what I went through. I've been through the battles. I went through the trenches, okay? And everything's been approved so far. Angel Tate. So once you see case was received, that means the process is ongoing. Right. It means that it's ongoing. Exactly right. What you want to see is ready status from the embassy. Danny, I hope I get my NOA2 next week. My NOA1 was May 31st. Yeah, next week. Next 2 weeks, Danny, next week, maybe tomorrow. You could get it maybe in the next 3 days. But you're very close, okay? You are very, very close to getting this done. And when you get your NOA2, guess what? You're gonna come on the live stream and you're gonna tell us, right? I got my NOA2. I got my NOA2. And then guess what? Then you got to wait 3 months, 60 days, 90 days for the welcome letter. And then what does the NVC do when they assign you a case number? Are they going to give you an invoice number? No. They're going to give you a case number. And it's nothing. Then you're going to get frustrated because you cannot schedule the interview. You can't do anything. You can't pay the visa fee because you need the invoice number. So you're going to be asking me, Diego, what do I do? I don't have my invoice number. What do I do? And I'm going to tell you guys, you need to wait for your invoice number. And you get the invoice number when the embassy sends you the ready status. The embassy sends you the ready status. You get the invoice number. Then you can proceed. Pay the visa fee. Schedule the visa interview. Fill out the DS-160. Francois Livingstone. Hello, Diego and Karina. Hi, Francois. Bonjour. Comment ça va? I think that's a French name, Francois. I think so. I've been to France probably, 20 times. Beautiful country. But the food is good in France, but it's expensive. I went into a McDonald's in Paris. It was like $20 for a Big Mac. I'm like, are you real? For serious? Whew, very expensive. Tejaswini Mumadi. How long does it take for ready process? Depends on the embassy. 3 weeks is the average. When I get the packet one, okay, and the welcome letter from the NVC, it's going to take about 2 weeks to 3 weeks for the NVC to create a case number and mail the visa to the embassy in Bogota. 3 weeks. And then the embassy is going to get it. And then I'm going to get the ready status. And then when I get the ready status, I'm going to email the embassy. In the subject line, I'm going to say, Karina's name, her date of birth, and the case number that was given to me, which is going to start with BG. Why is the case number going to be a BG? Well, BG is for Bogota. Okay. I'll email the embassy and say, hey, we got the ready status. What do we do now? What do we do? I know what to do, but I'm gonna send an email to the immigration officer at the embassy in Bogota and say, what do I do? They're going to email me back in a couple of days and say, okay, Diego, now you can pay the visa fee, schedule the interview, blah, blah, blah. It's that easy. You guys are going to be just fine. I have complete faith in you guys. You can do this. Francois, it is a French name. Okay, I thought it was. Tejaswini Mumadi, after the welcome letter. After the welcome letter, you're waiting for the ready status. Francois, I still haven't received the request for the RFE that USCIS said they sent out June 16th. 16, so what's that? 8 days? It's been a week, just a week. Give it another 4 or 5 days and then send an inquiry to them. You should have received it. It takes about 10 days. So in the next 3 or 4 days, you should be getting the RFE letter. Okay? Don't sweat this. Don't stress it. If immigration told you in a message they sent you an RFE, they sent you an RFE. Okay? And you'll get it in about 10 days. So immigration do not tell stories. When they say they did something, they did it. Okay? Now remember this too. If you have a K2 visa, are you bringing any kids to the United States who are 17, 18, 19, or 20 years old? If you guys, if you have any beneficiaries out there who are bringing kids to the United States who are, let's say, 18, 19, or 20 years old, you have those K2 folks, those kids have to register with Selective Service at the post office. You can do it at the post office, and also it gets an automatic registration when you adjust the status. But if you have males, not women, not females, only males, aged 18, 19, or 20, okay? If you have K2 kids coming in to the United States who are 18, 19, or 20, who are males, they have to register with Selective Service. If they do not, there's going to be a problem in the future when you go for U.S. citizenship, okay? Immigration's, the first thing they're going to do when you apply for U.S. citizenship, Mr. Beneficiary, this doesn't pertain to the young ladies, only to the guys. They're going to check to see that you registered with Selective Service. Okay? I'm going to help you get through this process, guys, without any problems whatsoever. And Francois, you just give it 10 days for the RFE, okay? Come on, guys. Trip me up with some questions. I'm going to make a video tomorrow or tonight. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I've got it already. I'm going to do a video on Romania, the U.S. Embassy in Romania. Somebody asked me about Romania, so I'm going to do that. I'll probably finish it up tomorrow. Spinergy HD. HD, is that for high definition? Spinergy HD. Hi, Diego. NOA 1, May 31, 2023. Okay. Just got your NOA 2 approval. Fantastic. June 23rd. I'm assuming the next step is the welcome letter, which takes 90 days. You are right, Spinergy HD. You got it right. You are 100% boom, nail on the head. Good job. James Swan. The DS-160 has a question about social media. Yes, it does. Links for Facebook accounts. Yes, it's true. And Instagram. Should have Facebook account have public photos of the both of us together. Yes, James, that is exactly right. If you went to my Facebook account, you will see on my Facebook account that my public record is I am engaged to Karina, and Karina's Facebook says she's engaged to me. And now not every picture is public, but immigration will ask for your Facebook account on the DS-160. Francois, I will. Thank you. No problem, Francois. Spinergy HD, in addition, do you have any info on the Mexican embassy or any websites, their wait times? Well, you can go to the U.S. Embassy website for Mexico, and the consulates there are going to be Ciudad and Mexico City, and it's 2 to 6 months to get a visa interview. It depends on the time of the year, you know. It depends on the embassy staffing levels. It depends on whether it's Christmas or what, the embassy wait times are getting better, but remember, USCIS hired 4,000 new people. Visas are getting approved in 12 months, 13 months now, not 16, 17, 18 months. The NVC now is playing catch up. So now the embassies are getting all these visa approvals, and they have to schedule time for them also. So, the workload goes up and down. It's like the stock market. Spinach HD, thank you, no problem. Francois, how is it possible that someone's application took a month from point 1 to point 2? It's impossible. There is nobody on the planet that got a K1 visa from NOA 1 to NOA 2 in a month. It's impossible, Francois. So I don't know who told you that, but that wasn't even happening before COVID. Questions for USCIS K1 visa wait times. Questions for Spinach HD. What's the NOA 1 date? May 31st, 2023. That's a good question. Blaine Arsenal. With affidavit of support, do I need to show my bank account? If so, how can I ask the bank? Okay, Blaine Arsenal, you don't submit an affidavit of support at the embassy. You submit an I-134, which is a declaration of financial support. Okay, very important. I-134 for the embassy, face-to-face, declaration of financial support. You got to be 100% of the minimum federal income guidelines to meet that requirement at the embassy. Okay, and give your beneficiary 12 months worth of bank statements. The last 12 months. If Karina's visa interview is December 2023, she will have my bank statements from November, October, September, August, July, June, right? May, April, back 12 months. And then I'm going to highlight all my direct deposits from my job, from my retirement accounts and all that. So immigration can see how much money I made in 2023. And then on the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support, my contribution to Karina will be my 1 year's income for 2023. And that number is going to match the bank statements and the income that I have proven for 2023. It's not going to match my tax return. My 2022 tax return is less money than 2023 because I was in Colombia for 10 months. So Karina's going to give them my 2022 tax return, but then she's going to give them my I-134 with the new income on it and with the bank statements and the pay stubs showing my new income, which is the evidence to back up the fact that I made more money this year than I did last year. Francois, someone just stated that unless he made a mistake. Okay. Tejaswini Mumari, if you have a joint sponsor, that's fine, and you do not have a job, will that be enough for the financial part? Will they get approved? Sure. If you don't have a job, you still got to fill out an I-134, and on the I-134, you're going to put unemployed. You're going to fill out all the paperwork, all the questions. You're going to sign the I-134. You're going to say unemployed, here's your income, blah, blah, blah. And then your joint sponsor is going to fill out his I-134 or hers with his or her income and sign it and date it using the correct edition of the form. And then you're going to turn in both I-134s, yours, Mr. Sponsor, yours, joint sponsor, with your 1040s, tax transcripts, and W-2s and 1099s. Blaine, Arsenal, thank you for the clarification, brother. No problem. Alcia, hello, I just got my K1 fiance application approved. Good job. High five, Alcia. I wanted to know, is this next letter will tell me the next steps? Yeah, the next letter you got your NOA 2 letter. Okay, now you're going to wait for the packet 1 or the welcome letter. and it's going to tell you what to do. It's going to describe how to do the next step. And if you get confused, guys, when you get your welcome letter, if you're not sure how to do it, I do the live stream when? When do I do live stream? Where I can answer all your questions. Wednesdays at 5 p.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., and Sundays at 11 a.m. Central Time. Or just ask me a question in YouTube, and I'll tell you the answer, okay? I've got a 99.9% accuracy rate. Let me see. Vanessa Robles. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Diego. If your income is well over the minimum requirement, do you still need to provide bank statements? You don't have to, no. But you got to prove your income. You got to prove it. So you're going to prove it with your last tax return, right? Your last tax return is way above the minimum income level, way above. And you fill out the I-134. You're going to use that same number that's on your tax return, right? So you're good. But if you want to use bank statements as backup, as to strengthen the visa package, you can do that too. My income is above the minimum income requirements, but I'm going to include my bank statements, and I'm going to highlight where I get paid. So immigration, if they second guessing my income, they can look at the bank statements, and a bank statement is perfect evidence, right? The bank statement the immigration officer is going to go, okay, Diego's good right here. Look, here's the bank statements. Here it is. James won. Boom. High five, super chat. Thank you, James. Question from James. Once my fiance gets the visa, okay, in her passport, you're saying, right? And she arrives at LAX airport, okay. What questions will she be asked at the port of entry at the immigration counter? Well, they're going to take it into an office, not a counter. They're going to close the door. She's going to sit down, and an immigration officer is going to be sitting over here. And here's what could happen. First question could be, are you married? Did you get married? Seriously. The immigration officer could ask her, are you single or are you married? Well, she's going to say, I'm single. Okay. I need to see your phone. Okay. Open up your phone, please. So your beneficiary, she has her phone. She turns it into the immigration officer. She opens it up with her password, and he goes to her Facebook account. He looks through the photos. He goes to her Instagram account. Boom, no problem. Then he'll open up that package that you must not open when you're on the airplane, right? You're sitting on the airplane. You're carrying a package that's sealed. Do not open that package. Do not do that. The Border Patrol officer will open up the package, and he will match the documents with his computer records. He'll take your beneficiary's passport. He will look at the visa, the K-1 visa. He will match the number to his records. He will match her passport number to his records. He may ask her two more questions. He'll say, what's the name of your sponsor? And boom. And then he might say, don't forget, you got to adjust your status. And then, welcome to the United States of America. And that's it. It's going to take between 5 and 10 minutes. James, again, thank you for that super chat, James. We appreciate that. I saved you what? $4,000 in immigration attorney fees today, right? I'm just kidding. Okay. Evans, that Nagai. Hi, Diego. We got approved on the 3rd of April. Received our notice of action letter via mailbox. Okay, 7 April. You'll get your welcome letter in 90 days, Evans. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Jason Mabry. Sorry, just joined late. You're good, Jason. I wanted to bring my I-134 along with the other documents to my fiance September. Okay. This year, don't fill it out till July or August. Don't fill it out till August. This year, still waiting for NOA 2. Don't fill out the I-134, Jason, until August. Wait for the latest edition. Okay. I got a feeling that they're going to change it the end of July. I'm going to fill out the I-134 for Karina probably in October. Alcia. Okay, thank you. Also, my sister wanted to know what she should do. She ended up getting married in Nigeria, and now a year later, I got approved for her K1 visa. Wait a second. Alcia. My sister wanted to know what she should do. She ended up getting married in Nigeria, and now a year later, I got approved for the K1 visa. Any advice on how she moves forward? So, Alcia, I don't understand the question. You're in a K1 visa, and your sister is married to an American citizen. Your sister is Nigerian, married to an American citizen. He'll have to file a spousal visa. You're in a K1 visa with your beneficiary. That's a K1 visa. I don't understand what you're trying to ask me, Alcia. Rephrase it. Okay. Alex Mo, Diego, may I ask you, do you know if you need an affidavit of support for K1 visa in the Dominican Republic for the interview? What you need is an I-134 declaration of financial support. If you want to fill out a affidavit of support and bring it to, you can. That's 2 forms though. Okay. The declaration of financial support, the I-134. That's what you have to present to the embassy officer for the immigration officer for the K1 visa approval. The affidavit of support is I-864. That's when you fill out for the green card. That's when you get to the United States. But if you want to fill it out and give it to a beneficiary, you can do that, but it's not required until the green card. Let me see. Bill Caney, pardon me if you've already answered this. No, it's okay. But how long is typical wait once fiance is approved from her consulate? She was just approved for the K1 a couple of weeks ago. She was approved for the K1. I don't understand. NOA2 letter. She got the visa on her passport. She went to the face-to-face visa interview. I don't understand. Bill, explain a little bit more for me, okay? James 1. Haha, yeah, there you go. James 1, I appreciate your consultation. No problem, James. I got no problem. I appreciate your super chat. Karina and I will go eat pizza because of your generosity, okay? I'll eat pizza with Karina in Bogota. Kay Messenger, hey Kay. Just a follow-up. When my fiance lands in the US, okay, they can ask her to unlock her phone and check what? Facebook. They want to check her Facebook. They might Instagram. Can they ask me, the US citizen, to unlock my phone too? No, you're a US citizen. They got to get a warrant. You are constitutionally protected, okay? American citizens are protected under the 4th Amendment of the US Constitution. Include your phone, okay? So if the immigration officer says, I want to see your phone, Mr. American citizen, I'm going to say, I want to see a warrant. Unless you just want to be nice and give them the phone and give up your 4th Amendment constitutional rights. Just my opinion. I'm not a constitutional attorney. I just know the Constitution. And you're protected under the 4th Amendment, but your beneficiary isn't. She's not a U.S. citizen, or he's not a U.S. citizen. James 1, I've heard horror stories about this. I'll be using 2 burner phones in case the officer asks me for my phone. Why would they use burner phones? You know, if an immigration officer wants to look in my cell phone, he can look in my cell phone. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. Karina's chats to me in WhatsApp. Let's see. Mib Woman. Mib, I missed your question. Oh, no, I'm getting in trouble with Mib Woman. Hold on. I got to go back up here. Let's see if I can find it. You should jump in, Mib Woman. If I missed a question, you got to jump in. I don't see it. Ask me again, okay? Please ask me again. I don't see it. Whoop slap. Hey, Diego. Feels good to get the message that they approved me. Just waiting for NOA2 in the mail. Okay. Give it a week, whoop slap. Boo, high five. Good job, okay? Give it a week. You'll get your NOA2 letter. Mib woman, ask me the question again. I don't see it. Alex Mo, thank you for replying. I found out today I got approved on the 20th. Okay, good. Watch one of your videos. I applied the 17th of July, 2022. Thank you for your information and great videos. So Alex Mo is saying that Alex watched our videos, watched my videos that I created for you guys, and it helped Alex get through this visa process and processing the documents. Bill Carney, my apologies. Her I-129F was approved on June 16th. Once I receive the next letter, how much longer is the wait time? Okay, when she gets her NOA2 letter, it's going to take 12 to 13 months to get the NOA2 letter. Then it takes about 60 to 90 days to get the packet 1 or the welcome letter. Then it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the NVC to mail the visa to the embassy, and then you got to wait for the ready status from the embassy. And every embassy around the world, I'm in contact with every single embassy, guys, helping you guys. I know this. I know really I got my thumb on the pulse of all these embassies, so I can help you get through this. Okay. Even folks that live in the Grenadine Islands. Yaha Conter. Hi, Diego. What's up, Yaha? Adonis Planis. Alex Missouri MO. You got approved in less than a year of filing. Yeah, seems that way. Yaha Conter. You know why I like your videos? Because you're clear in every explanation. Well, what I did was I took a complicated process and decomplicated it for you. I took it from a PhD to a 12th grade level so you guys can understand how to do this. You know, immigration attorneys love to complicate these things, so I uncomplicate it. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney, but I know the process, guys. I've been through it twice. Immigration attorneys do a good job if you really do not understand how to do this. If you really are scared of immigration, if you're terrified of making a mistake, then use an immigration attorney, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I got no problem with immigration attorneys helping you, but they cost a lot of money. And if you just take time and just don't rush, you can do it yourself for free. Or watch these videos that I put together for you for free. There's no cost, just your time. Let me see. Mib woman, you missed my question again. I'm not getting it, Mib woman. It's not coming through. Send it again. My sister is a U.S. citizen and she is with a Nigerian man. Okay, great. A year ago, she did the K1. Okay, fantastic. She got approved. Okay, as well this year, but during the year, she ended up visiting her boyfriend and married. So she was in a K1 visa process and then married somebody else. Well, then her K1 visa is no more good, it's no mas. It's terminated. Daggy, I heard that she visited her boyfriend and got married in the United States while on a K1 visa. I don't know. You have to be more, you cannot come to the United States on a K1 visa and marry somebody other than the person that's in the K1 visa. Otherwise, you get deported. Alcia, my sister is a U.S. citizen and she is with a Nigerian man. I just read that. Daggy, I heard that they do short interview at U.S. airport Daggy, they do an interview at the airport when your beneficiary arrives. All they do is ask short and simple questions, take the envelope, and that I'm lost, I'm taking beneficiary to another room. When Karina lands at Miami International Airport, they're going to take her into a room and they're going to ask her questions. If we fly to Houston International Airport, let's supposing we fly from Bogota to Houston, because I don't feel like driving from Miami to here. I want to drive from Houston to here because it's quicker. They're going to take her in a little room and ask her questions. If we land in Atlanta International Airport, they're going to take Karina in a little room and ask her questions. Let me see. Alcia, fast forward. She got approved. Does she have to file a spousal visa now, although her K1 visa has been approved? Okay. She's going to have to terminate the K1 visa. You got to write, she's going to have to write a letter to immigration and cancel that K1 visa. Okay. You're only allowed 2 visas, 2 K1s, 2 spousals, and she just burned her second one. But immigration needs to be notified. Nicholas Gordon, hi Diego, I was proactive filling out the I-134, but noticed that the form expires in July. Should I use it or use a new form? Nicholas, when is your embassy interview with your beneficiary? Fill out a new one in August. If your beneficiary's interview is in June or July, leave the form you got. If it's in August, fill out a new form. Mib Woman, here we go. The question is this. Okay, Mib Woman, how do you get notified for NOA2? They send you a letter. You get a letter in the mail. It's in the mail. You go to your mailbox and there's an envelope. You open it up. Be careful. Don't rip the envelope open because you're all excited. Open it carefully, and there's your NOA2 letter in the envelope. And you can check on your phone too. If you want to check the status, you can check on your phone. What's the status? Let me see here. Whoops, oh, wait a second. Alex Mo. It seems so. I logged into USCIS after watching Diego's video on people who filed in June 2022 and decided to check my status, and it says it was approved. Okay, so that video was very beneficial to Alex. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. Whoops, Diego, how is the turnaround for the change of status when my fiance gets here? We plan to marry right away. Get married right away. And then you can teach her how to drive. But you got to have to wait for a social security number before she can get a driver's license. So basically, she's going to be hanging out. You can drive her around the neighborhood, the pueblo, get her accustomed with the roads and everything, and wait for the social security number. Then you can, or you want to teach her how to drive on somebody's private land, go into a private parking lot somewhere, get permission, teach her to drive, and prepare her, teach her how to operate the car and everything. But you got to have a social security number to get a driver's license. Let me see here. Alex, more instructions. Alcia, she married her fiance in Nigeria. Okay, while the K1 visa was pending. So she married an American in Nigeria while she was waiting for her K1 visa. Okay, so she needs to notify her other person, the guy she didn't marry, to cancel the visa. Okay, she blew through 2 visas. She can't, if she doesn't get along with this guy, she's done. You only can do 2. Jason Mabry, thanks Diego for all the information. Does the I-134 expire? Yes, it does. Also, will screenshots of my deposits on my paycheck be acceptable? Sure, that's fine, but you got to print them. Mary Ladybug, hi Diego, our case says ready. Okay, good. Now it's at the embassy. Okay, I'm waiting for the appointment letter. I don't know how long it will take to get that letter. Mary Ladybug, email the embassy, the visa section, send them an email. Dear U.S. Embassy, put your case number in there, okay? Identify your beneficiary's date of birth, her name, all that stuff. Put all your information in there and ask the embassy, what do I do? They'll send you a letter, an email, and they'll tell you. Pure Husker Love, what kinds of questions will they ask when your fiance arrives in the U.S. airport? Are you married? Are you single? What do you have wedding plans? What are your intentions in the United States? Are you going to go on a honeymoon? It's going to be easy. It's going to be 10 minutes. The immigration officer, the border patrol officer, is more concerned with checking the passport, the K1 visa number, to the biographic page, and making sure all the paperwork is in order. And the immigration officer the border patrol officer is going to remind you, Mr. Beneficiary, that you have to adjust your status once you get married. And you got to get married within 90 days. What kinds of questions? Okay. Whoops slap. Alex, no, I did the same thing. You got to prove whoop slap. Very good. Mib woman, so before the letter, you don't receive text or emails. I didn't. I didn't. I checked. I checked the status on my phone once a month, the 30th of every month. The 30th of every month, I check the status for Karina's NOA2 letter. On May 30th, I checked the status and it said approved. I'm, oh boy, great. And then 8 days later, I got the letter in the mail. It was just luck on my part. If I hadn't checked it on the 30th, the letter would have just showed up. The struggle is real. That's true. Taja Mumadi in India, Mumbai consulate. It's the consulate in Mumbai, not the embassy. Don't go to New Delhi. Go to the consulate in Mumbai. Will they schedule the interview for us, or do we have to schedule it? For Mumbai, you have to schedule it, okay? But that could change. What I would do, I've made a video about the U.S. Embassy and the U.S. Embassy. I made a video about the U.S. consulate in Mumbai. Check through the videos, check through, and you'll find it. And you'll see and watch that video, and it explains everything about the U.S. consulate in Mumbai. It gives you contact information, processing information, the whole 9 yards. USCIS K1 visa wait times. Alex, can you please say again what was your NOA1 date? Okay. Jason Mabry, sorry to beat a dead horse. We filed December 29th, 2022. I'm guessing the interview will be mid next year. Should I not fill out the I-134 this September? Fill out the I-134 when you have scheduled the visa interview. When I have scheduled Karina's visa interview at the embassy in Bogota, Colombia, I'm going to be in Colombia. That's when I'm going to fill out the I-134 because I will have the most recent edition, the most current form there is. Let me see. Adonis Planis. Hi, Diego. My stepmom married my dad in 2001, okay, and says she filed for adjustment of status the same day she filed K1 visa, so they wouldn't have to wait to process faster getting. This was in 2001, Adonis Planis. We're in 2023. That was 21 years ago, 22 years ago. Times changed. Things have changed. I got my first K1 visa in 9 months. NOA1 to the visa interview, 9 months. Now it's going to probably be for me 18 months total turnaround. Tejaswini Mumadi, thank you so much, Diego, for the information. It is really helpful. That's good. This is your channel, guys. I'm here to help you, okay? Mid woman, does USCIS send out NOA2 on weekends? Is that a possibility? They could, but remember, the mail doesn't run on Sundays. I have never once got a letter in my mailbox on a Sunday. So Sundays, probably not. They might send them out Saturdays, but Sundays, no. Jason Mabry, the reason I was asking, because I will be in Ghana in September and trying to avoid mailing as least as possible. Well, do you have a computer in Ghana? Is there a library in Ghana with a computer where you can log into an internet cafe or somewhere, or into a library in September and process the I-134 there and print it? It's just an idea, right? I got a laptop. I bought a laptop for Karina, so I can use my laptop in Bogota. Tejaswini Mumadi, you have to help me get through the process. I'm going to help you, Tejaswini Mumadi. I want to pull you by the pants and pull you over the finish line. Okay, guys, I've been speaking for 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 43 seconds. I am going to go and get something to eat. You guys go and relax, okay? Chill out. Don't stress the process. And I'll be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, U.S. Central Time. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for the super chats. You guys that sent super chats, we appreciate that. Karina and I will have pizza and Mountain Dew in Viva La Pizza in Bogota, Colombia. Thanks to you guys. Mary Ladybug, you're welcome. And see you guys tomorrow. I'm logging off.